Hello, everyone. My guest today is Bo Pokstefl. He is studied innovation management and marketing in Denmark and in the US. After his studies, he was invited to launch a social media tool and developed a leading ad agency in Central Europe. In less than 4 years, he and his team have built a tool with more than 4,000 brands and agencies on board, such as IKEA, BBDO, and VML. He's on the Forbes 30 Under 30 list and became founder of the year in Slovakia in 2019 with his company, Kontentino. Bo, you ready to take us to the top?
Yes, let's do that.
All right. So everyone wants to know, what is Kontentino? What do you guys do?
So we are a social media tool which helps marketing teams, advertising agencies, and brands to collaborate and plan social media content. So we are like Buffer and Asana would have a baby.
Yep. I love that analogy. Buffer and Asana have a baby. Okay. And when did you launch the company?
March 2016. It was the official launch, but before that, we've got some MVPs ready. It was basically a spin-off of an internal. It was an internal tool of one of the leading Central European advertising agencies.
And let's start with where you are today, and then go capture your story. So today, What is monthly recurring revenue?
It's 110,000 euros.
110,000 euros. Okay. And where were you exactly a year ago? Do you remember?
It's a very good question. It was about 80.
Okay. Got it. So,
something like that.
Got it. So 110,000 euros is the equivalent of about 130,000 US dollars, up from 93,000 US dollars about a year ago. So healthy growth. Walk me through. I mean, why are people signing up for this? How are you getting new customers monthly today?
It's through various channels. I mean, we have 360 approach. It's basically performance marketing. We started to focus on search engine optimization past year, and that's actually a good question. It's actually a challenge right now to acquire new customers. Just give me a second. I'm gonna turn off my phone.
Take your time, man. No worries. The beauty of live interviews. It's how it works, folks.
Exactly.
That's how it works.
It's worse than when you're in theater and then you're
Yeah, it's no problem.
This is the same awkward moment.
So you're doing about $120,000 a month right now, which is about a $1.5 million run rate. Have you done this all bootstrapped?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Still bootstrapped, still profitable.
We love that. How profitable? How much to the bottom line each month?
Each month, well, now it varies. We were on a roller coaster in the past few months, but right now in the bank we have around 200,000 euros.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how do you, as a founder, how do you decide how to invest that capital? Do you pay it out to you and your team as dividends? Do you reinvest it? What do you do?
We reinvest, and right now we let it sit. We were kind of cautious because the coronavirus situation was kind of challenging. And there were a couple of months where we had a negative growth rate. So we were kind of played it safe. And right now we prepared several things and several modules we are planning to launch. And for that, we're going to just boost it. We started to we're trying to focus more on ads, paid ads on social media. And let's see how that will pay off. But
how many customers? How many customers do you currently have, Bo?
It's over 950 accounts. But with that one account, there can be several agencies or several brands.
Mm-hmm. So what does that mean? The average customer is paying you like $130, $140 a month?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Interesting. Take me back to the 2016 launch. How did you get your first 100 customers?
Just knocking on doors. I mean, we were lucky that we started from the advertising agency. They've got a lot of connections in Slovakia and Czech Republic. Basically, we had already some case studies ready with the clients of the agency, and we just went door to door and showing them the product, explaining the value, the unique selling points, and we've got our first early adopters, and we've been in touch with them ever since.
Was this your own agency? Did you own the agency?
No. The agency is on the market for I think over 15 years, and I've just got invited to try to sell and launch this product, Kontentino.
So how did you spin it? How did you spin it out of the agency without the agency taking a bunch of equity?
I'm sorry?
How did you spin the product and the code out of the agency without the agency taking a bunch of equity?
They still have a bunch of equity.
How much?
It's still majority.
Like, okay, so more than 50%.
It's more than 50%, yes.
Do you regret anything about that?
To be honest, we are supposed to have a negotiation and discussion regarding this topic within a few months. So let's see how that goes. But of course, it's a tough topic, especially if my focus is my company, basically, and happiness of my employees and of my clients. So we'll see how that talk will go.
Yeah. How many folks are on your team today?
17 working internally in-house, and another 15 people is working externally. So they are usually service providers.
Okay. And how many engineers?
6, hiring another 2.
Okay. And any quota carrying sales reps or no?
We have one hunter, hiring second one. And most of our sales are basically farmers. So we have more like customer success team who are qualifying incoming leads, incoming registrations, and then working with them.
So no quota though?
No. Okay. Since our average revenue per account is kind of low, we've been trying to do cold sale, but not worth it.
It makes it tricky. At this price point too, churn can also be an issue. What is your gross revenue churn per month?
Gross revenue churn, not sure if I'm going to have this one, but our monthly churn rate is 1.5%. Past 3 months, the average is 2.5% this year. We've got 7% monthly churn rate in April. That was kind of tough, but they got back. They reactivated after a few months.
So you're doing something like 18 to 25% annual churn. Obviously, COVID was a little blip, but do you have an obvious way to drive expansion revenue or no?
Expansion revenue, I don't really calculate that.
Do you upsell anything to your customers after they initially sign up or no?
Yeah, on average, we have 1,000 euros MRR every month.
You have what MRR?
So we focus 1,000 euros each month on upsells.
Okay, got it. So that's like 15 to 20% expansion revenue annually. So your net revenue retention is something like 100%.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, interesting. You mentioned testing paid spend. Walk me through that. I mean, do you have a good barometer on terms of what your customer acquisition cost is today to get a new $130 a month account?
Yes, that's a tricky. We started in January, February. We still kept it on. The CAC was 350 euros. And right now it's over 700 euros. So we more than double the expense on CAC. We're trying to solve this. I mean, there have been a lot of changes on the market. The advertising agency world shattered into pieces. Many of the bigger agencies or bigger clients, we see the trend that they are having smaller teams, or the brands are just laying off the agencies and they are trying to do everything in-house. So the teams are much, much smaller. And we think that this might affect also the CAC and also the average sales price we are having right now.
Yep. Well, you're going through a fun time. We're rooting for you when your equity negotiation comes up. In the meantime, though, Bo, let's wrap up with the famous 5. Number 1, what's your favorite business book?
Well, right now, I still think that Predictably Rational from Dan Ariely. It's still a lot of fun. I always go back to that book.
Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying?
Right now, Tim Kaiser, the new Hootsuite CEO. I'm really observing this gentleman, what he's going to do with them.
Would you sell to Hootsuite if they wanted to buy you?
Depends, but I admire what Hootsuite is doing, and it would be a fun merge.
Yeah, if your equity negotiation in a month or so doesn't go well, and you guys decide, you and the agency, that you want to sell the company, right? Would you look at taking sort of offers in the sort of $3 to $5 million range? So it's about 2.5 to 4x your current ARR.
I mean, sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
I haven't given thought, but depends.
So you wouldn't sell even if you get no more equity?
It really depends. This is I would like to keep it more private.
Yeah, I mean, again, the value of the show is sort of trying to bring these issues out, right? Because everyone goes through these, everybody, but no one wants to talk about them. So I'll respect your request not to push harder there. I think you've already given us a lot of good stuff to learn from. So number 3, what's your favorite online tool to build Kontentino?
I really love Intercom, even though I'm kind of mad on them from time to time. I think that they are trying to really make a wider approach and forgetting about the niche.
Yep.
And Pipedrive, we are implementing Pipedrive right now. I'm really excited about that.
Number 4, how many hours of sleep are you getting every night?
8.
And situation, married, single, kids?
Single.
Okay. And how old are you?
29.
29. Last question. What's something you wish you knew when you were 20?
I wish I knew. I think that I wish I knew that it's not about ideas, it's all about execution.
Guys, there you have it. Kontentino doing about $93,000 a month a year ago, now doing over $128,000 a month, or about a $1.5 million run rate. They have over 950 customers, 200,000 cash in the bank. So he's ready to make investments and double down on growth. Team size is 17 full-time, 15 contractors, 6 full-time engineers, but scaling. They've got 18% annual revenue churn and another 18% of expansion. So 100% net revenue retention, spending $750 to get a new $138 a month customer. So about a 6-month payback period there. Bo, we're rooting for you, man. Thanks for taking us to the top.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
One more thing before you go. We have a brand new show every Thursday at 1 p.m. Central. It's called Shark Tank for SaaS. We call it Deal or Bust. One founder comes on, 3 hungry buyers. They try and do a deal live, and the founder shares back-end dashboards, their expenses, their revenue, ARPU, CAC, LTV, you name it, they share it. And the buyers try and make a deal live. It is fun to watch every Thursday, 1 p.m. Central. Additionally, remember, these recorded founder interviews go live. We release them here on YouTube every day at 2 p.m. Central. To make sure you don't miss any of that, make sure you click the subscribe button below here on YouTube, the big red button, and then click the little bell notification to make sure you get notifications when we do go live. I wouldn't want you to miss breaking news in the SaaS world, whether it's an acquisition, a big fundraise, a big sale, a big profitability statement, or something else. I don't want you to miss it. Additionally, if you want to take this conversation deeper and further, we have by far the largest private Slack community for B2B SaaS founders. You want to get in there. We've probably talked about your tool if you're running a company, or your firm if you're investing. You can go in there and quickly search and see what people are saying. Sign up for that at nathanlatka.com/Slack. In the meantime, I'm hanging out with you here on YouTube. I'll be in the comments for the next 30 minutes. Feel free to let me know what you thought about this episode. And if you enjoyed it, click the thumbs up. We get a lot of haters that are mad at how aggressive I am on these shows, but I do it so that we can all learn. We have to counter those people. We got to push them away. Click the thumbs up below to counter them, and know that I appreciate your guys' support. All right, I'll be in the comments. See ya.